Hey, it's Guido. Thanks for tuning in, guys, and welcome back. On this episode, we've got myself in my what is this, T92 Tier 8 American Light Tank. I'm bottom tier in a 357 on Mountain Pass, and it just gives me the heebie-jeebies even thinking about that. This is a very channelized map. There are some open maps in the game. This one does not happen to be one of them. It is a very channelized map, and in the meta of today with the accuracy and the way the artillery splashes and channelized maps, sometimes you load in on these with a scout and you just immediately get nightmares because you know it's going to be difficult, and that is very true. But what you're trying to do with the scout is find a way to be that annoying scout, find a way to be effective. You need to read the battle, you need to take a look at the positions, and no other tank in this game than a light can exploit mistakes in enemy deployments or redeployments, reactions, better than a scout can. So let's talk about that on Mountain Pass. We're coming in here, and I'm immediately going to go camp a bush real quick because I want to get some free spotting damage. Early damage. Even if you're not doing it yourself, the scout can facilitate early damage, and this silly little bush right here is like, ooh, I wish I had not done that. That gave it away. If you're an artillery player and you want to blind shot somewhere, a scout bush where a tree goes down because they knocked it down is a pretty good place to get it. And unfortunately, because the Batchat 12T was coming, I had to get out of there. And I knew he was probably going to spot me. I waited maybe just a little bit too late. I did not get any spotting damage, so that's all right. Just keep trucking. Or as Dory would say, just keep swimming. So we get a shot on him. He got hit by something. I don't know what hit him. Something hammered him. Maybe the artillery. So he's hurting. And look at that 1390. So I'm just waiting. I see that 1390 behind him. And there you go. And that is a skill you need to start adding into your kit bag as well. When you pay attention to the mini-map, pay attention to what your friends are doing and pay attention to what your enemy is doing. I was waiting there for the 1390 to kill that guy off before I did anything from there. So, all right. So the 1390 is dead. He was a problem. He had to go. I didn't care really how he went. I'm glad that's how he went, and it didn't take me hit points to do it. So I'm actually just going to swing around here and jump back in this bush. Defender is dueling with the 5120. The Reds will take that ramp area over there where the 5120 is, so it is not wise from this side to dive down into the pit. It's not very wise from the other side, but it's at least doable where the 12T went because you can light up all kinds of guys over here. But unfortunately, he did not count on that 1390 that drove all the way around behind him. There is a rock over by where that 1390 is where you can get shots without being shot, or at least making it more difficult. This guy decides that move was not what he wanted to do. I punish him just based on having been there for a while and not seen much. I figured I'd be able to shoot him and not get spotted. So we'll hit him twice. Unfortunately, didn't track. All right, that was very important, and I didn't show that until right now. You'll notice I actually had the front of my tank out from that bush. That was not wise. So when you get into a bush, just to make sure, go ahead and change your view so you can look around your tank, lock your turret or something like that, and make sure that you're not being dopey and sticking some of your tank out of the bush. In fact, I was still a little worried about it. I moved back again. I get my binocs going. You'll notice that I use binocs and camo net on nearly all my scouts except for probably my tier 10s and a few of the more combat-oriented lower tiers, 9s and 8s, mainly the Chinese ones, which I run more as hyper mediums than anything. I like to run the binocs and the camo net just because passive-wise, I really enjoy that aspect of the game, even though it is kind of a dead art and most maps don't support it. I'm sitting here doing kind of nothing right now. It's not really my style, I guess, or my forte, really, but I see the 1390 push in, and that's where I'm, again, paying attention to what my teammates are doing, and there he is. So now I'm like, you know what? It's time to exploit a seam. There is a seam in the middle. That TD has left. There are some guys around to the right. The 1390's gone in, and there's nobody over here. And I know the Sturv and T95 are there, but I think we can jump on this poor T32 and wreck him before they even know what's going on. So I come in here, and I'm going to go after this guy. I'm like, yeah, let's do it. And then I'm like, oh, rock. That's just a lack of knowledge of the terrain right here. I really screwed that up. The stupid shack's in the way, so I shoot it down. And I get lucky, and now I'm thinking, man, how soon am I going to get shot in the side? Yep, here comes the Sturv. Thank goodness he was not able to get there. And now I am driving into the backfield. So I'm exploiting that seam. I know there's an artillery. There he is. So let's see if we can get rid of him. Shot into him. He doesn't seem to have any idea what's going on. Another shot into him. Nope, he has no clue he's being shot. Down he goes. Artillery players, you really have to kind of pay attention to that. You should see a flash on your screen and some indicators come up. But don't get so fixated on your shots that you don't realize you're spotted. Sixth Sense obviously helps there. So I'm going to come up here now. I'm exploiting the scene. There's nobody behind me. So I've got this 13 or 103 Bravo here, and I'm trying to actually track this guy, which for some reason I'm completely unable to do. Maybe I'm not shooting up high enough. That's possible. I am damaging, but I can't quite get into the track. Yeah, I might be a little too low. Yep. So I need to be a little higher. That's just a lack of knowledge. There we go. We finally get a track on him, and down he goes. And we come off the hill. Try not to break yourself. There's a T95. Those guys are all fighting the M454. I initially thought I might go there, but I figured he'd probably die quickly, and it'd be difficult to take two of those guys on. Even with my mobility, would have been difficult. Now we got this T95. I'm looking at what is he doing? Oh, fantastic! He's gone. He's gone down. He's taking on the 1390. I was hoping he'd be upside down. I come here for the initial shot. And I'm like, ah, geez, missed him, or missed me. Sorry. Yeah, that's going to be problematic. I'm going to have a hard time going through this dumb thing. Though that gun actually reloads quite fast. I was thinking about maybe trying to dive on him right here. That would have been pretty fun. We'll come around here. We've got a guy in front of the defenders coming from one way. I'm going to have to come off here and see if I can get some shots on him. There we go. Come downhill. There's a shot. Nope. Oh, geez. Shot into his back. Another shot into his back. Oh, 140's coming after him. He misses. He gets blown up. Oh, he crashed. Defender blows him up. Down he goes. And I survived it. That's part of what's fun about this game. These kind of maneuvers right here where it doesn't necessarily matter. Maybe even when it matters, it's fun as well. I don't know why the 1390's not dead. I can't figure that one out. He's been on his top for how long? Is it 30 seconds? It seems like he's been upside down forever and he didn't blow up, so I'm not really sure what's going on there. Maybe it doesn't think he's upside down based on the angles he's on. Not sure. We get this T95 out. But back to, this is the kind of thing that's great about this game. Jumping off things and landing on people. It's pixel tanks. Don't get too crazy about saving your pixel tank. It's a lot more fun to do things like that right there. So we end up winning that battle, and the larger, grander point of this video then is look for those opportunities, those seams in the enemy's defense, even on maps like this, which are very channelized and difficult to use with scouts, and you won't always get the opportunity. If the enemy had played that better, then I would have never had the chance to get up in there, and thanks to the 1390 for actually seeing it a little sooner than I did, and then I was able to follow it up there. But with your mediums and lights, if you feel like your bottom tier can't be effective, that is one of the things you're looking for. That is one of the things you're looking for. All right, guys, thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it. Keep on supporting the channel, and we will see ya.